As I've been watching this game, one thing that's been standing out to me is the difference between this and a regular war game, like on land with armies and ground forces, right? So if you're used to regular war games, you usually see what, like 30 to 100, 200 pieces on your side every turn. They all move and they all attack, and then we go to the next turn. So this seems kind of odd, right? It's been how many turns and there hasn't even been any combat yet. What's going on? Well, there's only one piece. So there's only one piece to move, and guess what? That one piece is critical. Once you lose that, it's game over. You lose, right? You're sunk. So the battle has begun. The battle is in the maneuver. It may not look like much, but there has been a lot really going on. Many times in a naval engagement like this, by the time you get to the engagement part, the battle's already been fought and won and lost. We're about to find out real quick. Another question that may occur to you if you've been watching along is, where are the pirates? This is a pirate game, right? It is, believe me. Where are the pirates? Well, they've been on the board the whole time. Who are the pirates? Well, who fires first? It's going to be the British or the French? So as of now, in most games start, everybody's assumed to be peaceful trading merchant. You become a pirate when you commit an act of piracy, right? So when you fire unlawfully on a peaceful ship. So far, nobody's done that. I suspect that's about to change. We've got some new crew. Welcome aboard the Dauntless. The more the merrier. If you'd like to join, if you're watching just finding us now, you're welcome to join in too. We've got more ideas for possible moves we should make this turn. Which one will they do? What do we have now? Three or four? I think we've got kind of a consensus on one, so I'm going to go with that. To make this move a little easier, I'm going to go ahead and move the French first, and then we can look at our 3 or 4 possible moves and just to kind of see how this would pan out. It's kind of interesting. Let's take a look. The Magnifique. They slow to battle speed, and they come about 90 degrees hard to starboard. That would be here. Dauntless options. Solo battles wanted to move ahead slow. Is that in range? Ooh, this is real close. Yes, they are just touching. This is long range fire. David wanted a 45-degree turn to starboard full speed. Full speed would be here, 45 degrees. Both ships can still fire at each other, and that's still long range. Gonzalez does the same move, only medium speed, which would put Dauntless here. That brings them much closer, still long range, just barely. And just barely in the firing arc. So yes, Dauntless can still fire from there. By contrast, Emmy wanted to turn to port and run, which probably would have ended up about like that. That would have been out of range, no shot possible. So what does Dauntless do? Jakey wanted to do David's move, but then he seemed to change his mind and was willing to go along with Gonzalez's suggestion. That gives us 2 votes. We'll go with that. Now that we are in range, both ships have an option to fire. I'm going to save you guys the trouble, just to speed things up here. Let's just say the Dauntless decides not to fire and be peaceful, right? Let's see what the French do. The French open up and fire with 3 guns. Because the French fire first, that makes them pirates. See, I told you pirates would show up. We're going to take off their French flag, put their pirate flag up. Now what difference does that make? If we had other ships on the game, that makes the Desolation a target. Any ship that fires at or captures the Desolation earns points because they're pirates. It gives their crew an advantage in boarding. It gives the Dauntless an advantage. You only get points from an enemy ship if you capture them. But if they're pirates, you also get points for doing damage to them. So that gives the Dauntless a little bit of an edge. So that helps. Alright, so let's resolve the combat. At long range, 1 gun does 2 cards of damage. Desolation has 2 extra sets of guns, which does 2 more. It's 4 damage altogether. Fire is simultaneous. There is no reason here for the Dauntless to not fire back. So Dauntless opens up and returns fire. 2 damage cards. And they have no extra guns. They only have the 1 set, so that's it. Damage report. How bad is the damage? What happened? Let's take a look. We've got fire on board. We've got some damage to the sails. We took a hull hit. And we've also got a breach that's leaking water. Let's go ahead and resolve the hull hit now. What does that do? The French get to randomly pick one of your ship cards and destroy it. Let's say this one. And they destroy cargo. Now that's good in a way. They didn't take out the crew. What is the French damage? Or the pirate damage now? We don't know. It's hidden. Finally, some action in this game. That's a heavy hit. So who was right? Who had the best move this last turn? All 3 of these moves would have gotten us into the same exchange of fire. Except for one. Emmy. Emmy said, book it, turn around and head south. Was she right? She might have been the right one. That remains to be seen. So going forward, your first decision to make in this next turn is to set your course, just like you've been doing. Because of sail damage, you're going to be going 1 less, so your maximum speed is now 2. You'll be stuck at 2 for maximum speed until you can get those sails repaired. After you decide your course, the next question is going to be damage control. So right now the Dauntless has 3 damage cards. You've got a fire on board. You've got a breach that's leaking water into the hull. And you've got sail damage. You have 1 crew. So that means you can fix one of these things. So which one do you fix? You can put out the fire. You can fix the hull breach and stop water leaking in, or you can fix the sails. You can't do all 3. You can fix 1 thing per turn with 1 crew. Now, there's a catch, and you're not going to like this. Your crew is also required to fire the guns. So if you fix something with damage control this turn, you're not going to be able to fire back. So what's more important? Putting out fires or firing back right now? You've got a lot of things to wrangle with this turn. How do you get out of this mess? You guys did assess the situation pretty correctly. The French ship was fully armed. They had bad intent. They were trying to intercept you. The big question was, well, are they fully armed or lightly armed? Well, now we know they're fully armed. What does Dauntless do now to win? Anything you can to not get sunk. If there's still a chance you can get off the north edge of the table, that would be a huge win. What's harder, to get off the north or the south edge now? You guys have a lot of tough problems to solve, but they're fun, right? One last piece of information. You do know this. So you dealt out 2 damage cards to the Desolation, right? Well, guess what? Now they only have 1 damage card, and instead of 6 ship cards, they've got 5. So that means one of the damage you belted out was a hull hit. So you destroyed one of their cards. They've got one damage card left. So that helps, right? All right, good.